were coming to the end of our tour, which was 30 trips, and the practice was, after the first tour, you got a week's leave, and then you were posted to either a ground job or a non-operational flying job until you're required back on ops again.
Like training or something like that?
Sorry?
Like training other
that's
pilots
right.
or bomb aimers?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. And because of that prescribed leave, Gwyn and I had arranged to get married on the 3rd of April during that week's leave. Now, fine. But before we quite finished our tour, Gibson rang Joe, and he knew Joe, he'd met him previously, and asked him, would he join this special crew, which he was, would he join this special squadron that he was forming for one special trip? And Joe
this
said,
was in March 43.
That's right, yeah. So Joe said, well, I have to ask the crew again, crew cooperation. He asked us, and we said yes, we'd go with him. So we finished our tour. On the 27th of March, I always remember that date. It had a particular significance. Apart from the fact that it was the day we went to Scanton, one of the first things we heard was, no leave. Oh God, there goes my wedding. I knew what sort of nonsense I was going to be in then, because when we heard about this rejoining this squadron, I'd written to Gwyn and told her that we were joining just for this one trip, but I would be there. I got a letter back saying, if you're not there on April the 3rd, don't bother. And I thought, aye, that's the first mandate, is it? Here we go. But here again, Joe took us up as a crew to Gibson's office, and in his inimitable American style said, we've just finished our first tour. We're entitled to a week's leave. My bomb aimer's supposed to be getting married on the 3rd of April, and he's going to get married on the 3rd of April. This, from a flight lieutenant to a wing commander, was a bit heavy, but that was Joe, and we got our leave, and I got my wedding. Well, in spite of that, I nearly didn't get it, because on the morning of the wedding, a choir boy came down to the house with a letter from the vicar. Gwyn was only 18 at that stage, and at that age, all young ladies had to have the permission of both parents before they could get married. Well, Gwyn's father was in the army in North Africa at that stage, but fortunately, Nan was able to find a letter in which he'd agreed to the wedding taking place. So that went back to the vicar, who sent it back to the bishop, and so we got the wedding in the end. It was a bit here and there, but there we are.